Hi everyone, welcome once again to Elvis the Ultimate Fan channel. Thanks for popping in to watch this video, it's much appreciated. Now the subject of this video is about misunderstandings surrounding a photograph taken of Elvis and a lady in a diner in 1956. Now every time I see this photograph posted on social media and I read the comments that people leave on it, it never ceases to amaze me how one photograph can provoke such misunderstanding. Before I show you the photograph, which is the main subject of this video, I'd just like to fill in a little background behind the circumstances of Elvis being photographed. Al Wertheimer was 26 and had not been a professional photographer long when he got a call from RCA Victor Records. The record company asked him to take publicity shots of one of their new artists, a young southerner making his first television appearance on the Dorsey Brothers stage show on CBS. It was March 1956 and Elvis had just had one big hit, Heartbreak Hotel. Al had never heard of him. The Brooklyn-raised photojournalist went on to take over 3,800 photographs of Elvis during March, June and July of 1956. Shadowing Elvis fly-on-the-wall style, Wertheimer captured candid moments of Elvis shaving, staring out of a train window in deep thought, singing in the recording studio, sitting shirtless in his house and answering the phone in his underwear. Al also captured some delightful shots of Elvis dancing with his girlfriend Barbara Hearn, who I actually interviewed for this channel, and I'll put a link in the description box below to that interview. Barbara is a delightful lady and she shared lots of her memories of her time with Elvis during the 50s. And in the photographs that Al took of Barbara and Elvis dancing, they are dancing to his then unreleased single Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel that he'd recorded just 2 days earlier on July 2nd, 1956 in New York, the day after he appeared on the Steve Allen Show dressed in a tuxedo and sang to a real hound dog. It was during this period that Al photographed Elvis in a dining establishment in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, this is the photograph in question, and it's been posted many times on social media platforms, most recently on April the 5th, 2022, under various headings. Two of the following are: Elvis Presley eats at a segregated lunch counter in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 1956. Or there was another one, which was Elvis Presley waits for his breakfast while a woman waits for her sandwich. She's not permitted to sit, 1956. This was then followed by comments such as, and we don't see Elvis doing anything about it, question mark, question mark. That's horrible. And someone even went as far as to say, disgusting display and condoning of ignorance. Now, on closer examination of this photograph, you realize that the lady stood at the counter is actually behind Elvis. His peripheral vision, he wouldn't even know that she was there. You know, there almost seems to be like a false narrative here. They're trying to maybe make out something that isn't really happening. But for me, the key is partially hidden by the brim of the lady's hat, the front brim of the lady's hat, is Elvis's cousin, Junior Smith, standing up. Yes, standing up. It's not easy to see, but if you can just peep at the front brim of her hat, you can see Junior Smith. I wonder, is there something being made of nothing here? Surely not. Does that ever happen in Elvis's life? There's nothing I can find to back up it being a segregated lunch counter either. She could be ordering to go for all we know. And here's another shot taken from the opposite direction. So obviously the camera is facing towards where Al took the shot of Elvis and the lady. As you can see, at the extreme left of this photograph, you can see the counter where the lady was stood. You can see that Elvis, she would have been directly behind Elvis. So unless he turned 180 degrees and looked, he probably didn't even realize she was there. Now, this is definitely the same location, because Elvis is wearing the same clothes, his hair is the same, and the countertop matches exactly. I'll just show you side by side, well, not side by side comparisons, but I will show you the previous picture again. And if you just look at the counter, and then you look at the countertop pattern that Elvis is leaning on as well, and it is definitely the same location. So it is debatable whether he even knew that the lady was standing there. So people that question, why didn't Elvis do something? He's being ignorant. He probably didn't even realize the lady was there. And again, it is just something that people are trying to accuse Elvis for no good reason. They're overthinking it. They're seeing something that isn't really there. It is just a fraction of a second when the shutter opens that this picture is taken. I actually wonder whether these comments come from the same minority of people that accuse Elvis of stealing black artists' music. I'll be very interested to see how Baz Luhrmann's new Elvis biopic handles this subject. I'm going to link 2 short videos in the description box below this video. One is of Elvis's cook, Mary Jenkins, speaking about him in 1987, and the other one is an interview with Cissy Houston, who was a member of Elvis's backup group, the Sweet Inspirations, who appeared with him on stage in his live performances. Please check out those links, as it's very important that you hear what both those ladies say about Elvis Presley. Both of them knew Elvis Presley very well. And whilst I'm on the subject of the Sweet Inspirations, I'd like to remind you about an incident that happened when Elvis was booked to perform live at the Houston Astrodome in the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in 1970. Elvis was told the Sweet Inspirations couldn't appear on the show, and he abruptly told them that if they couldn't appear, he wouldn't be appearing either. And I think that more than anything else tells you what sort of man Elvis Presley was. I'd also like to show you 2 other photographs just to put a little bit of perspective on the subject. The first one is Elvis giving an interview to 2 young ladies taken the same year as the photograph in question, 1956. And the second photograph, all 3 of them look extremely comfortable in each other's company. So that's my opinion on the photograph taken of Elvis Presley and a lady in a diner in Chattanooga in 1956. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section below. And just a reminder that this channel broadcasts live every Sunday when we do a Elvis Fan of the Month quiz with prizes up for grabs, and we do specialist topics and This Day in Elvis History, live phone-ins, live Elvis fan chats, and a whole lot of other things. So I hope you can join me for those. And until next time on Elvis the Ultimate Fan channel, bye for now.